The Federal Aviation Administration has a vision to transform the National Airspace System to meet the challenges of a new aviation era, leading us to 2035 and beyond. In the coming years, we'll transform the National Airspace System, or NAS, to support increased diversity and volume of users, along with operations such as commercial space transportation and unmanned vehicles. We're responding to the varying needs of NAS users by delivering critical data and services in new ways. We refer to this as the Info-Centric NAS, or ICN, vision. Our goal is to accommodate increased diversity and improve operations for all users. And through the seamless exchange of information, we'll support increased cooperation and safety. This transformation will be made possible through advances in technology that enable changes in three key areas of the NAS: operations, infrastructure, and integrated safety management. For operations, we're creating an integrated information environment and developing agile systems and services to support diverse aerospace operations. This infrastructure will be resilient, redundant, and evolve with technology to provide ubiquitous services available everywhere at all times, enhancing reliability and coverage. And for integrated safety management, the future NAS will require tailored safety processes, ensuring the interoperability of operators and service providers and providing in-time safety assurance. The FAA will leverage its enterprise architecture, or EA, to plan, communicate, design, and safely integrate these innovations into the NAS. The EA is a set of models and views that describe the current state of the NAS, the desired future state, and the transition strategy between the two. EA breaks the large, complex concepts of the future vision into manageable components to support detailed research, engineering, and planning activities, laying out how we will take these concepts to implementation and ensuring that our capital investments align with our vision and safely integrate into the national airspace. The EA uses a series of roadmaps to communicate strategic improvements to the NAS over time and the supporting research and capital investment activities that enable them. Initial elements of the ICN vision and steps to achieve it are already included in the NAS EA. Research activities for new systems and services are shown across the EA. Service roadmaps track improvements to NAS operations. B&T roadmaps represent improvements in business and technology. And infrastructure roadmaps show capital investments to acquire new systems and services or enhance existing ones to deliver new capabilities. Let's look at some examples where the ICN vision is established in the architecture by identifying elements of the core areas of operations, infrastructure, and integrated safety management. Operations in this transformed NAS will involve collaboration across diverse traffic management services, enabling an increased number and variety of new vehicles, missions, and operations. These new entrants will be integrated into the NAS without imposing unmanageable demands on traditional air traffic services. The service roadmaps contain strategic improvements to accommodate new types of operations. For example, describing how urban air mobility vehicles may access NAS airspace based on performance levels and rules which govern their operations. A fully integrated information environment will make this collaboration and integration possible. The B&T roadmaps include strategic improvements that enable the timely delivery of data and information, providing opportunities for business improvements and innovation. And the roadmaps track ongoing research for standardizing and distributing information. Agile systems and services will replace monolithic automation systems, migrating towards distributed and scalable services and applications, or microservices, that use increased information and advances in data analytics. The B&T roadmaps also identify the planned transformation of existing platforms into enterprise services. The new infrastructure will increasingly leverage commercial assets, services, and new technologies to support operations and fill the gaps in existing coverage. Ubiquitous services will use advances in communications technology to offer the aviation community a broader range of alternatives for the next generation of aviation information exchange. The NAS infrastructure roadmap for communication identifies key elements of this ubiquitous infrastructure, such as the adoption of Internet Protocol standards and establishing enterprise-wide network services. This will also enhance system resiliency. The B&T roadmaps show planned improvements to increase NAS resiliency in the event of a system or component failure. The B&T roadmaps also depict the establishment of public-private partnerships to deliver services in the most cost-effective ways while being scalable, resilient, and agile. The roadmaps demonstrate the FAA's commitment to a migration to the cloud, reducing costs and development time for new NAS solutions. The transformed NAS will continue to rely on a layered approach to integrated safety management, with a greater reliance on data to maintain our National Airspace System as the safest in the world. The anticipated diversity in the future NAS will require tailored safety processes, standards, flight rules, and services to meet the needs of operations in all airspace. The safety management system must ensure interoperability with operators and service providers using a rich diversity of technologies, incorporating continuous monitoring, evaluation, modeling, and verification to provide in-time safety assurance and alerts. Some Info-Centric NAS elements are shown on the Infrastructure Safety Roadmap and captured on the B&T Roadmap for aviation safety. Projects such as System Safety Management Transformation, Aviation Safety Information Analysis and Sharing, and planned improvements to mitigate safety risks for air traffic services. These activities are integral to the continued safety of NAS operations and the realization of in-time safety assurance through the gathering and sharing of data from aircraft operators, incorporating artificial intelligence to improve predictive capabilities. As concepts mature and technologies evolve, the NAS enterprise architecture will be updated and refined. This will help ensure the FAA and our partners are working towards the same vision of an Info-Centric NAS. For more information, please visit our website.